Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to the channel if you're new. As promised, tonight's reading is going to be an energy reading, looking into the energy of the collective, trying to dig deep into whatever it is that you're going through in your psyche. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you for continuing to support this channel. I appreciate it very, very much. I appreciate all of you. I have a couple more personal readings I need to get to in the morning. And if you are interested in booking a personal reading with me, you can do so on the website, tarotbyarcanon.com. The blog for the week is also up today on the website. It's all about the moon in Capricorn and the devil card, and definitely check it out. It's a good read, I promise. The moon has moved into Capricorn tonight, so earthy energy. You might feel a little more grounded, but the devil card can create some very interesting experiences. So absolutely check out that blog. Gonna see what is going on in the energy of the collective. Keep in mind, as always, this is a collective reading. Take these messages as they resonate. What doesn't resonate, release to the universe, and all will be well. Gonna get started with some oracle here. All right, bottom of the deck, we've got recharge, breathe, let go, clear your mind. And I feel like a lot of you have been in this energy, just this, it's an energy of kind of taking a breather, you know, having been through a lot of stuff in your life. And now it's time to just kind of rest and rejuvenate yourself. Self-care is extremely important, and really don't ever feel bad about that. You know, it seems to be a thing in our society these days where people try to make you feel bad for taking care of yourself or pampering yourself a little bit, you know? Oh, man. Well, on the bottom of the deck, we've got soulmate. Or flying out of the deck, we have soulmate. Twin flame, friendship, romantic partner. This could be what some of you are dealing with here, but again, this is not a what's coming towards you reading. It's an energy reading. Cutting ties. So yeah, some of you have perhaps cut ties with a soulmate or somebody you thought was your soulmate. And we've got trapped, stuck, no options, unforgiveness. So again, some of you still existing in kind of a trapped energy. But you only have to be in that energy if you choose it. You know, you can get out of that trapped energy. This is very much Eight of Swords energy. I feel like a lot of you have just been through a big mess, you know, for lack of a better word. You've been through a big mess when it comes to a soulmate connection, some kind of a relationship, or even a friendship that you were dealing with. You know, things blowing up, something happened, and you cut ties with this person. Or if you didn't actively cut ties, things just kind of ended. On the bottom of the deck, interesting, we have today. Good vibes now, in the moment. And that really is the most important thing. And recharging, you know, everything. It's all about what's happening right now. You know, no matter what happened in the past, no matter what you are hoping for in the future, there comes a time where you just have to kind of breathe and relax and focus on the here and the now. Focus on the things that you can control in your life. Don't focus so much or beat yourself over the head when it comes to things that you cannot control. And for a lot of people, and it does, it can be a natural thing because as humans with egos, we seem to think that we can control everything that goes on around us, and we can't. All right? The only thing we can control is ourselves. No matter what somebody else did to you in the past, even if somebody in the past made you feel like you had lost control, all right, you really haven't. So again, this feeling trapped inside your own mind, stuck, if it is up to you whether you want to stay in that energy, okay? Because we do have control over ourselves, we have control over our own energy, and so even if it's just today, just living in the here and now, right now, focusing on this moment and recharging, okay, that's what I want you guys to do. The problems that you're dealing with will still be there tomorrow, but right now, I'm asking you to just relax and let go and just kind of be in this moment. Okay? Grab some tarot, see what comes out. Ace of Wands just fell out. So, this new opportunity, and you know what? There's always going to be a new opportunity. There is always going to be a new opportunity on the horizon somewhere. Nothing is ever completely over, all right? Even if you had to release something or someone, as I've said in previous readings, your life does not start and stop with anybody else, all right? There's always going to be windows of opportunity for you, and you need to trust that everything is going to work out the way it's meant to, okay? We've got the Lovers coming out. Gemini energy. Putting this right under the Soulmate card. Bottom of the deck, Ace of Pentacles. Remember, new opportunities. New opportunities in love for some of you. I have felt the pain and anguish from a lot of people recently, a lot of clients in readings who have been going through some kind of separation, really feeling this pain that I have dealt with before in my life. And just the overall feeling of desperation among some people. And again, there is always going to be a new opportunity. That there is no time limit here as far as you being able to have the things in your life that you want. But I completely understand that sometimes it can definitely feel that way. And a message coming through right now for some of you who are in separation from someone. Again, soulmate, the Lovers. It can be kind of easy to fall into this energy when you've been through some kind of a painful separation. Especially if this was a separation that you did not want, it can be a very heart-wrenching experience, and it's very easy to feel like, this is never going to get better, like I need this person, or I need this person to come back. I will never find a love like this again, And that kind of state is very, very real for the person going through it. And it's very easy to start feeling that way. And I have felt it in the energy that a lot of you have been feeling that way for whatever reason. But a lot of times, if this person that you want doesn't manifest, for some of you, what if this person is not meant to come back? Maybe this is not the person that you are meant to be with. But what if maybe, just maybe, there is somebody new about to come into your life that you are supposed to be with. All right? And for those of you who are in separation and are hoping that somebody comes back, I'm not saying, this isn't going to happen. For some of you, it absolutely is. And for some of you, it's going to happen because it truly is meant to happen. Some of you could very well be in a twin flame connection or a soulmate connection, something that is destined to come back together. But, for those of you who, somebody from the past doesn't seem to be coming back, and you're really, really weighed down by this and really, really affected by this, could it be that your higher self knows that that person was not right for you? Okay? And again, this is a very hard thing to go through when you're going through it. Hindsight is always 20/20. So, for some of you, if this person from the past doesn't come back, trust me, there's going to be somebody else. There is going to be somebody else. Sometimes, someone you think you're meant to be with, or somebody that you think is really your twin flame or a soulmate, actually isn't, but the universe will put that person in your path to teach you some kind of a lesson or to take you through some kind of a cycle, which, as painful and horrible as it is when you're going through it, later on when you look back, you might end up saying to yourself, I understand why that happened now, because that person that I thought was my person, who wasn't my person, everything that they did to me and everything they put me through actually put me into perfect alignment with the person I actually was supposed to be with. And then, like a bolt of lightning, that person suddenly appears in your life. And it all makes sense. We've got the Two of Swords. Decisions. Some of you at a crossroads, feeling like some kind of a decision is going to have to be made. For some of you, this decision might be making the choice whether or not you're going to stay stuck and stagnant, or whether you are going to pull yourself out of that energy of despair or whatever else it is that you're going through, so that things can finally start moving for you again. The Chariot. So I think what I'm really trying to say is that no matter how painful things can be in your life, everything always happens for a reason. And if you are trying to manifest something or someone and it's just not happening, like I said, it could be that your higher self knows that that thing that you want, or that person that you want, is not actually right for you. It is not aligned with you. That's why in the manifesting community, they will say a lot, the universe is going to send you this thing that you want, or something better. Something better. Moth. Transformation. And I have felt the transformation in the collective for a long time now. A lot of you moving through that death card, so to speak. A lot of you growing and evolving spiritually, becoming more confident. It's actually been very nice to see. Some of you who have been through a long cycle full of, for lack of a better word, torment, feeling like, how am I going to make it through this? You have made it through it, and you are stronger, and you are becoming stronger every day. Messages for the collective, please. All right. We've got clingy, old exes, dead relationships, old ways. And I think some of you are realizing that somebody you've been dealing with from the past, even somebody that you have been wanting to come back, maybe that relationship actually is dead. Maybe it is not meant to come back together. And for some of you, realizing even subconsciously, maybe you don't actually want it to. And we've talked a lot lately about the energy of a past person and how, if this past person does come back, do you really want them to come back in the same energy just so they can hurt you again? I don't think so. And for a lot of you, you definitely set boundaries with somebody because you had to. You had to set boundaries. Tension, stressed out, migraines, worry, and laughter, happiness, joy, and healing. Two conflicting energies there. Bottom of the deck, we have possibilities. So follow your dreams, make up your mind, believe in yourself. Something very important for a lot of you. Don't ever lose yourself trying to find somebody else or trying to please somebody else or being in this energy of desperation where you so badly want somebody, a particular person, to come back into your life or whatever, that you are losing touch with yourself and who you are. When that happens, you are giving your power away to somebody else. And that's a very easy trap to fall into, but you don't have to fall into that. Okay? You are your own person. You are a confident person. It is okay to set boundaries with people. And for some of you, I think that it's very possible that a lot of the lesson that you are meant to be learning through this time is to stop accepting less than you deserve. Stop accepting less than you deserve. And I know that sometimes when people are in separation, you can have this feeling of almost, I will do anything for this person to just come back into my life, And again, when you are in that state of mind, you are giving your power away to somebody else. And why do you want to give your power to somebody who hurt you and didn't have respect for you or gaslit you, manipulated you? Why would you want to give your power to that person? If that person does come back, you want them to be coming back in a new energy. You want them to be transformed, just like the moth. Okay? Some of you are stronger than you think. You are a lot stronger than you think. Show me this Lover's card, please. Four of Pentacles reversed. So some of you, in releasing something from the past, something or someone that was not right for you, you are bringing in the Lover's card. You are bringing in this Ace of Wands. You are calling in the person who is right for you. Okay? We've got the Six of Swords. Victory after a long battle. And for a lot of you, I feel like this has been a really long battle that you have been fighting. Longing for acceptance, longing to be seen and heard and understood. Not wanting to be hurt anymore. And somebody, and I have felt this a lot in readings lately, this energy of somebody new coming towards a lot of you. This person is not going to hurt you like somebody from the past did. And so, if you are faced with a decision here between two people, who are you going to choose? It's going to be different for everybody. And honestly, there are no right answers, right or wrong answers here. I feel like a lot of you right now, you need to focus on this energy of laughter, happiness, joy, healing. Sometimes you think you really want something and almost like you can't live without it. But then after you go through this period of healing and you transform, you realize that why would I even want that? Like, for example, people, me included, like, have you ever been in a connection with somebody and the relationship ended badly? All right. and you are completely devastated. But then, like a year down the line, when you've met somebody new, you know, somebody worth your time, somebody balanced and true and high vibrational, you look back and you're like, what was I thinking? What did I ever even see in that person? That person who I gave my power away to and they fucking hurt me horribly. But I still wanted them back, and I was in this energy of desperation, like I couldn't live without them for some reason. Why was I ever feeling that way? And it's because the human brain is a very complicated thing. The human mind is a very complex thing. Love is a very complex thing that has absolutely nothing to do with logic. Love is not logical. And sometimes we can only understand certain things after we have healed and been through a transformation and then look back. Like I said earlier, hindsight is 20/20. It's only in retrospect that we can really understand. Sometimes we understand why something happened the way it did. Everything starts to make sense. So the big part of this message tonight for a lot of you is some things right now just don't make sense to you. And you are really feeling that. You are really dealing with that things have just been topsy-turvy all over the place and nothing seems to make any sense. And I promise you, it will. At some point, when you have healed, when you have been through this transformation, when you have finished going through all of this shit that you are actually meant to go through right now, I promise you everything is going to make sense. All right? Just going to grab a few more cards. We've got Temperance. And we've got the Knight of Wands. So again, it's an energy of, basically it is patience versus impulsive action, or trying to make something happen. And when it comes to manifestation, we'll talk about that for a second. When it comes to manifestation, yeah, it does require patience, and sometimes if someone is manifesting something, has this desire, they really want this thing, whatever it might be, or whoever it might be, and it's not happening or not happening fast enough, because patience is not easy to come by for a lot of people. As a result, this person will get impatient and they will take some kind of impulsive action, thinking that they can somehow speed up their manifestation, and as a result, everything blows up in their face. And it's because you need to find a way to get into an energy of trust. You need to trust yourself. You need to trust that your higher self knows better than you do. And your subconscious mind, your superconscious mind that knows everything, it knows exactly what's going to happen. If you are somebody who is seeing signs and synchronicities and all these things, thinking, oh, the universe is trying to tell me that this thing is going to happen soon or whatever, that is possible. But it's also possible that maybe your superconscious or subconscious mind is actually sending these messages to you from a different timeline. But that'll take us down a rabbit hole if we get too much into that, because that's some like Back to the Future shit. What if the signs and synchronicities that you see, 444, I just saw 444 again, 333, all of these things. What does that mean? Well, what if you are actually sending those messages to yourself from the future, trying to tell you, past self, I promise you, everything is going to be fine. You just don't know it yet because you haven't reached that point in the timeline. Think about it that way. That might not be the most popular theory, but I think it's kind of cool. Drowning, over your head, overextended, rock bottom. Yeah, some of you have been through this energy. Some of you are in this energy, but you're not. Things are, for a lot of you, not as bad as they might seem at the present time. But again, it is very easy to get stuck in that kind of energy where you feel like you feel like nothing is moving, yada yada. We have narcissist here, egotistical, opportunist, fragile. Yeah, some of you were dealing with somebody like this in the past. Yet, a lot of you still want this person back. So again, I feel like this is a time where you need to be recharging, and you need to realize that you have the power here. You control you. Don't give your power away to somebody who is not vibrating where they need to be. Why would you give your power away to a fucking egg with a crown? All right? Why would you do that? But at the same time, it does make sense for a lot of people just because of the way the human brain works and the way that we get attached to certain people or whatever. It's I don't know exactly, but something strange can happen, and it is also very often that a person who is the absolute wrong person, who is completely not aligned with you, and who you are not destined to be with, can kind of masquerade as your soulmate or your twin flame. And so you begin to really believe that this person is your twin flame, and then they completely devastate you. And then for a lot of you, you're spending months and months and months, or even longer after that, trying to get this person back. Because of the attachment that has formed. And, I can't tell you, how many clients I have who have seriously believed that they were dealing with a twin flame. And a lot of them actually were. But a lot of them were actually dealing with a karmic. And then that person will come back later and be like, you were right. That person, that new person, just appeared in my life, and I don't even think about this past person anymore. And so they know, and if that is one of you, or if you are somebody who has been through something like that, please post that in the comments, because it gives people hope that what they are going through right now is completely temporary. And don't ever think that there is not somebody out there for you, because there is. I promise you. But sometimes you are meant to pass through really uncomfortable times in order to finally come into alignment with what is actually meant for you. And when you find it, you will know this is what is meant for you. This is who is meant for you. And you will be able to tell how much different the energy is than you've ever felt in the past with anyone else. So just think about that. All right. What advice is there for the collective? What advice is there for the collective tonight, please? Glow up. New opportunities, new career, successful business. So in many different ways, a lot of you are going through a glow up. And again, there are always going to be new opportunities. And I know it can be easy to get into an energy of, I don't want anything else. I know what I want. I want this thing or this person. This is what I want. Not necessarily. And I know a lot of people don't like to hear that. They're like, wait, I know what I want. Well, there have been times in life where I was pretty fucking convinced I knew exactly what I wanted. But then later came to the realization that it wasn't right for me. And then boom, what was right for me and what it turned out I actually did want came along into my life and blew the other thing completely out of the water. And that's going to happen for you too. A lot of you. Glow up. You have been or are going through a glow up. There are always going to be new opportunities. All right? And also, I don't care how old you are. There are always going to be new opportunities. I promise you. I don't care if you are, 65 or 70 years old and you don't think that you're ever going to find the love of your life. You just might. Okay? Time does not exist and circumstances do not matter. So, that's what I have for you guys tonight. Just an energy reading, just to see where we're at in the energy of the collective. I hope that this resonated for somebody. If you're new here, please subscribe to the channel, like, comment, share. I know that the energy readings are not nearly like as popular as the What's Coming Towards You readings. Not everybody's into them, but every now and then I feel called to do one, and so I have to do it. But yeah, this kind of reading won't be for everybody, but I think, it probably will resonate for some people. And if it does, then that means that this was your reading tonight, okay? If you would like a personal reading, please visit tarotbyarcanon.com. You can book with me there. There's a contact form, or you can email me directly at tarotbyarcanon@gmail.com. And please visit my girlfriend Catherine's channel, Catherine the Love and Light Oracle. Her channel is linked in my bio. She is actually getting ready to do a giveaway at 500 subscribers, and she talks about that in her most recent video. And she will also be opening up soon for, I think, 15-minute readings. But all of my rates are on the website, tarotbyarcanon.com. I do 15-minute readings, 30-minute readings, and 1-hour readings. And again, for the 369 event for the month of April, all of my readings are $10 off. So, thank you guys very much for being here and continuing to support the channel, and I will talk to you soon.